Hey guys, what's everybody doing? So, as promised, I thought maybe I should get on here right quick and give you an update. Once again, excuse the way I look. I just had a shower. I'm laying here in bed with the dogs, getting ready to go to sleep because I have to work in the morning. So here's where we stand. I went Monday and got my barium swallow done, and I misunderstood what the radiologist told me. I guess the way he described the situation, I thought the band was slipped opposite of what it really is. So it's not slipped to the bottom. It's actually, it is slipped for sure, and it's slipped up, which is weird. I don't know how you slip a band up, but he said it looked like the band had never been correctly placed. He pulled some CAT scans that I had done previously because of other issues, and it was noted in that CAT scan that the band seemed to be mispositioned, and from what they're telling me, the band was never correctly placed. And I did not have plication, but my band was sewn into place. And it appears that the stitches from the band pop loose, and the band is actually all the way up at the very bottom of like the esophageal connection, where the esophagus dumps into the top of your stomach. So, it's pretty bad. I got to, of course, anybody that's got a band has probably seen a barium swallow. It's a live test. They read it live. And the size of my opening for anything to go through at all is smaller than a small drinking straw. So, sorry, I'm trying to hold this phone up, so it's going to be shaky. I was really concerned about that, and he did warn me that I was at an extreme high risk for choking, and we're not talking about getting stuck. We are talking about choking, actually choking. So I am on all liquids, no matter what, which I was pretty much on all liquids anyways, because I can't really get anything down. Even stuff like, I have times, like you get up in the morning and your band is tight, and that you just can't eat in the morning. Well, I have times when I can't even get liquids down, so I have to be really, really careful. I'm pretty much kind of starving. They said I was in, believe it or not, as big as I am. I did not think it was possible. I'm in the early stages of malnutrition. So he was very concerned. He contacted the surgeon. They called me in the next morning, which was yesterday. I went in and saw him, which the surgeon already had it planned. He wanted to see me immediately after, so the radiologist just didn't know that. But I went in the next morning, and he was very concerned. My port is completely flipped over. So, because they did x-rays and all that stuff too. Sorry. But he tried to flip my port. And even though he did use, like, numbing medicine and stuff, that was the most awful experience. It wasn't that it was painful when he was doing it. It was just, the pressure was so immense. If you've ever had a C-section, it was worse than the pressure you feel during a C-section. But once the numbing medicine wore off, I felt like I had been kicked in the stomach by a moose, and I am just bruised really bad. I don't know if I can get a good shot in here because it's really dark, but I'll try to show you. Yeah. So that's the remnants, and it was actually still bleeding. He stuck me and stuck me and stuck me and stuck me and stuck me. I'm swollen really bad. And the weird thing is, you can feel the port, but it's the back of the port. It's not the front of the port. He couldn't get it flipped. So then he used a machine like, live ultrasound or whatever. And he did puncture the tubing. He did get that accomplished, but he said that he couldn't tell. I mean, there was only 2 cc's of fluid in the band to begin with, so it's not like there would have been a large amount of anything come out. So he was hoping by puncturing the tubing would empty, which would cause the band to leak and give me some relief. So far, I don't feel any different. As a matter of fact, last night I was struggling to get anything down, even liquids. So today was a little better. I was able to drink a protein shake. Instead of it taking 4 hours, I got it down in like 2. So that was better, believe it or not. That's my world right now, is just, how much do I have to water stuff down to get it down? And I have to do something. I have to have protein. So anyways, right now here's our plan. Because of where the band is at, and because he couldn't really see underneath the band, I'm going Friday for an EDG, which is just, a scope. And he is doing it, the surgeon's doing it. I'm going to be the only case that day, so he's actually on his way out of town. I'm going to meet him at the hospital. He's going to do it. He says if there is no evident erosion, which so far, everything has looked really good as far as that part goes. But if there's no erosion on Friday, then he is going to schedule my removal surgery for Thursday, so a week from tomorrow. Which, to me, that doesn't seem fast enough, but his thing is where I've got malnutrition now. If I rush into surgery, like if there's no erosion, then it's not as dangerous if I'm careful and don't attempt to eat and stay on liquids. So his thing is, if I go into surgery with malnutrition, my immune system's already weak, as you can see. I've had shingles. I get them periodically. They're stress-induced. Mine are. But he says I won't heal. He says you'll be really sick. You'll have problems healing. You don't want to add any more stress to your body. I would have to put you in the hospital and blah blah. So he wants me to take this time. He said that he would stay and do it, but I told him it was fine. So he wants me to take this few days, from Friday till the day before surgery, and do prescription shakes, something to build up my system. He wants me to do a full round of antibiotics, which I'm already on antibiotics for the shingles, but he's going to give me some pre-op antibiotics. And, that's fine. I want him to do whatever is best for me, because it's been a long time since I've had contact with a surgeon who wanted what was best for me. So, whatever. It's just more red tape. For me, it's more frustration, but in the end, I know that when I wake up Friday, if everything looked good, I know that this thing is coming out. And that's what's important. I'm very distressed, and I'm very scared, and I feel like I should be in surgery right this minute, but you have to take steps. You have to be cautious. And the reason he's being so cautious is because although he has put bands in, he's took bands out, he's not a full-time lap band doctor. He's a surgeon, a very good surgeon. But if he gets in there and there's erosion and my stomach has to be repaired, he is not comfortable doing that. And he said I would end up having to be, they'd have to call in another surgeon while I'm on the table. which raises the risk, or they would have to fly me, to UK. And if it's just better to know ahead of time, so he can go ahead and just, send me to UK and get it done there where they can reconstruct my stomach. And that makes me feel more confident in him, because he's willing to say, look, I'm not comfortable doing this or this. But the plan right now is, as long as there's no erosion on Friday, then the band's coming out on Thursday. And I know that's what I said last week, but he thought that it would be easier to tell with the barium swallow and the x-rays than it was. But the band is so flippin' tight that they couldn't get a good image underneath the band. And that's, like I said, I'm okay with that. I agree with it. But that's what's going on. I'm sick and miserable, and I'm in a lot of pain. And I'm just being extremely careful. Very, very careful. Very, very cautious. Not to put anything in my mouth that I cannot get through a straw. I'm melting my medications. And there's some of them that I can't take because I can't melt them because they're time release. So I'm doing without some things right now, which is jacking up my sleep. And so I'm just a miserable person right now. But I am getting there. And I just want to thank you guys for all your support. There's been quite a few of you who have been in contact with me through Facebook and email and WhatsApp and Voxer, and I'm really blessed to have people who care. I mean, even people that I've not even spoke to in a long time have been contacting me. So just thank you, and as always, a huge thank you to Ginger and Danielle, because Ginger and Danielle have literally listened to me cry. They've listened to me complain. They've listened to me moan, and they take it all in stride. No matter what they're going through, they've been there for me, and I try my best to be there for them. So thank you, girls, very much. I couldn't get through this without your support. And I love you guys. I love everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. And I guess this will be the last update until Friday afternoon, or Friday day sometime, after I get over the anesthesia from the EGD, which is not that bad. I mean, it's like propofol, and it wears off quick. So as soon as I get back to where I can speak without making a mess of it, I will make another update, let you guys know what's going on. And we'll just go from there. Hopefully I will have a surgery day by then. I don't know. It might be Monday before I'm actually on the schedule. But we'll see. Alright, have a good night, guys.